Education, Technological and Vocational Training, Senator Dr. Rommel Springer. Senior Education Officer, Mr. Fernando Carter. Chief Media Resource Officer, Mr. Berkeley Lowe. Other officials of the ministry. Representatives of the Barbados Light Power, Media Resource Department colleagues, principals, teachers, students, members of the media, specially invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Welcome to the prize-giving ceremony for the 2018 Science Exposition and BMEX Exhibition. Today presents us with another opportunity to celebrate the achievements of our young people. Survival and meaningful growth in any society requires a focus on the youth. As educators, we have an even greater responsibility, and it is extremely satisfying when other stakeholders in the community join us in this mission. We therefore embrace one more opportunity to partner with the Barbados Light Power in providing meaningful opportunities for our young people to develop their amazing potential. Just last week, appreciation was shown to primary school students who wrote the Common Entrance Examination. The Science Exhibition and BMEX are also opportunities for students at both the primary and secondary level to showcase their ability. This morning, we salute them and encourage them. We also encourage their teachers, parents, school officials, and our community partners to continue to support them and provide platforms for these talented young people to excel. Our efforts would all be futile were it not for the blessings of the God who makes it all possible. I will therefore call on Media Resource Officer Christopher Griffith to lead us in prayer.
Thank you, Mr. Master of Ceremonies. Would you please stand for the prayer? Our Father in heaven, we thank you for bringing us safely to this prize-giving ceremony. We invite your presence here at this activity and pray that all that we do and say be to the upliftment of our nation's children. We pray for a new administration, for the wisdom and skill to take us through this difficult period. We also pray that our collaboration between Barbados Light and Power Company and the Media Resource Department continues to receive your blessing. We ask that all that occurs here today be to the positivity of all schools, all of our children present in the prize giving. We ask too that when we leave this program, we may return safely to our various destinations. We ask these things in the name of your Son, Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. Amen. You may be seated. Thank you. Master of Ceremonies.
Thank you, Mr. Griffith. For those who don't know me, I'm Philip Hackett. I'm a Media Resource Officer in the Media Resource Department, which forms part of the Ministry of Education. It is customary when the Barbados Light Power is involved in any event to have a safety moment. And this morning, our safety moment will be led by Ms. Nirvana Rupchan.
Just a disclaimer, I'm not a miss, or neither am I Nirvana, but she's not here right now, so I'll do the safety moment on her behalf.
I was a bit concerned, so thanks for clearing that up.
So good morning, everyone. As you said, we do a safety moment every time we start a meeting, any ceremony, anything at Light and Power, because safety is one of our priorities, our number one priority, that is. So this safety moment is specifically for the children, because I know the adults went through this already. So we are heading into summer, and we know it's fruit picking season, and everybody wants akis, mangoes, anything. At Light and Power, we want y'all to be careful when you go picking your fruit. Don't just climb the trees and pick the fruit. Look up, look around, see if there are any power lines running through the trees, and then go pick your fruit. Don't pick your fruit with rods, with metal things in the end. You know, back in the day, you used to put a knife through a thing and pull it down. Don't do that. We want y'all to be safe this season. All right, so that is the safety moment for this morning.
Thank you very much. We all know the importance of safety, so we appreciate that opportunity to share, for the Barbados Light Power to share with us. I'll now call on Mr. Berkeley Lowe, the Chief Media Resource Officer acting, to welcome you.
Good morning. Senator Rommel Springer, Parliamentary Secretary in the Ministry of Education, Technological and Vocational Training. I was hoping to get that right. We have Senior Education Officer, Mr. Fernando Carter, our principals, teachers, officials from the Barbados Light Power, children, the media, specially invited guests. Thanks for coming. Now, we are delighted to have you here to participate and share in the annual prize-giving ceremony for the Electrical and Renewable Energy Science Expo and the BMEX 2018 edition, hosted by the Media Resource Department and sponsored by the Barbados Light Power Company. Thank you for coming, everyone. I know that some sacrifices had been made so that you could be here, because at this time of the year, you know, some persons are preparing for graduations in the primary school, at the end of term tests as well, and also many other end of term activities. However, your presence here shows that you recognize the work done, and not only that it's to be highlighted, but it should be rewarded. And we must thank Barbados Light Power for giving us the money so we can reward the students amply so. The Barbados Light Power has committed behind your commitment as teachers. That is, they are promised to be here as long as you are ready and willing to put in the work to ensure that these projects that we see demonstrated an actively engaged student. So we are happy for that. The Media Resource Department is committed to actively raising the quality of instruction and interaction for every child. Our goal is to ensure that all students, regardless of their circumstance, achieve their full potential and become productive Barbadian citizens that contribute to a sustainable Barbados. Our task as parents, teachers, and administrators of education is to provide the resources and environment to make these things possible. The Media Resource Department continues to provide resources via our library and loan system. So for those of you who don't know, I'll explain some of the terms, which is a repository of teacher resources, which include cameras, projectors, and a myriad of printed and electronic media. The MRD serial case. While some schools are not as close as we would like them to be to get to us by 4:30, so we go to the school and we have our media resource officers take part of the library to let you see firsthand what we have on offer. We have our website, which is mrd.gov.bb, and you can see all the things that we do at the Media Resource Department. Right now on that website, we are streaming this presentation live. So those persons who could not be here, they can see what is going on. We have a training room, which is equipped with 20 to 22 computers, depending on the time of the year, to help people train in the use of the technologies that we expect teachers to use in the classroom. We got our Easter and summer training workshops. We know that training is important for teachers, but there's never a good time for training. If it's during the school, you're leaving the children alone. If you're during vacation, we are asking teachers to come out on their vacation. But we have a number of teachers who come out during the vacation and enjoy the education that we provide to help you become a better teacher in the classroom. The reprographic section, that's where we do our printing. We design charts. We help you. You help us to design charts that can be used for you, and then we print them. And teachers all over the island, those charts are now available for you to come and utilize in your classroom to improve the learning teaching situation. Audio video recording services at the Garden Carbon Studio. This is in Government Hill, where we get children to come in and record. Teachers come in and record. So like the Spanish and the French departments at a number of schools are taking the opportunity to get children to come and record their voices, and teachers are coming recording to do books and CDs for these charges. Live streaming, as we demonstrate here, and coming again very soon is Education Radio. It will be on the frequency 91.1 FM. So look out for September, or we may launch in October, which is Education Month for our radio station. So we'll keep you posted. I like that. Now we know that educators have agreed that students learn best when they are engaged, when they participate, and when they create. That is what is authentic learning. So some may insist on teaching the arts as got some kind of exclusivity on that domain. But we want you to know that isn't only the arts and music that encourage students to be creative and engage all subject areas along. And if you were at the exhibition, you would see how creative some of our young people are when it comes to what they can do with science. Right? So we want to compliment you and encourage you to continue working with our students and helping them to become creative in their learning and whatever subject area that you're teaching. Now, we said that nothing is wrong with fine technique or great knowledge, of course, but I believe that we must raise the priority of our students to pour themselves creatively into all kinds of tasks that they do, and that we must do so right now. Now, Barbados is at the crossroads. We need to turn the corner, they say, and get our economy and our workers back on stream. Yeah. We are honored to have many decision makers. Namely, we have Dr. Ramel Springer with us. And so I want that the teachers, the principals, and the students to engage him in conversation after the formality of this presentation. And don't just complain, because we like to get an opportunity to complain. We want you to share with him the things you're doing. We want you to share the passion to reach the students in the community who are sometimes overlooked or just bypassed. We share those things and how we can get better Barbados. Now, before I hand back over to my able MC, Mr. Hackett, who will be taking us through the morning session, I want to say on behalf of the Media Resource Department and the Barbados Light Power, welcome. It is a pleasure to see all of you here, and be prepared to be challenged, excited, and inspired. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lowe, and I'm sure that you will get it right with continued practice. So well done. We will continue this morning with a video presentation. Now, I believe most people here would have attended the BMEX exhibition and or the science exposition. But if you haven't, then the video should be very enlightening to you. Those of you who attended, well, you may look out to, with the hope that you may see yourself. Either way, do enjoy the presentation, which was created by the Resource Officer Charmaine Seal.
Creativity is a result of a commitment to planning, effort, and excellence. Here is an instant replay of the Electricity and Renewable Energy Science Exposition and BMEX 2018. 16 schools, 12 primary and 4 secondary, participated in the Science Exposition held at the Samuel Jetman Prescott Institute of Technology. All of the students who represented the 19 exhibits were questioned by the judges. They eagerly demonstrated their projects and spoke quite articulately when explaining how their prototypes worked. Our youth are the future, not only of Barbados, but the world. Through exercises such as the Science Exposition, the future of a green economy, sustainability, and a greater dependence on renewable energy can flourish. BMEX 2018. The Sugar Mill Room at the Lloyd Erskine Sandiford Center came alive with 16 projects submitted by 14 schools at the Barbados Manufacturers Exhibition 2018. Students demonstrated that they were well on the way to building a culture of entrepreneurship and the potential to create economic opportunity. The projects this year emphasize the creation of goods and services. Legitimate concerns have been raised regarding the lower level of locally produced products in an age where we import much of what we use. The projects on display show that our students understand the need to be more self-sufficient while also expanding our expert potential. Let us continue to unleash the entrepreneurial spirit alive and kicking in the imaginations of our students. Meet the winning scientists and entrepreneurs.
My name is Delron Thomas and I am representing Frederick Smith Secondary School. My project is the Power Box. I have learned that presentation brings our project all together really nicely, and this is a really good experience building this.
We are from the St. Michael School. Our project that we did was the hydroelectric generator.
Something that I learned from building these turbines is the principle of electromagnetic induction.
Something I learned from doing these two models is that there's a lot of trial and error in making these.
We're from the Barbados Secondary School.
And the name of our project is Bacterial Fuel Cell. I like that we can make electricity for those who don't have any.
I like about it that it's easy to make.
We are all from the Blackburn Agata Primary School.
Our title is Fueling Our Way into the Future with Biogas.
We are from the St. Mark's Primary School.
Our title is a pond to help us know that we will capture the electricity from the waves. I did not really know at first that you could get energy from the waves, so that's a new thing that I learned.
We go to Eagles Academy.
The name of our project is Waste Matters, our solar dehydrator.
Here are the winning exhibits from BMEX 2018. Thank you to all those who have supported the Media Resource Department. Your contribution has been invaluable to the realization of our goals. See you next year.
The partnership with Barbados Light Power is one which has worked to the benefit of our young people in our schools. And because of it, I have come to know a number of faces of the personnel at the Barbados Light Power. I've been impressed with their genuine interest in the development of our schools and in assisting with the various programs. One such face belongs to Mrs. Jackie Marshall Clark, and I now invite her to come forward and share some remarks with you.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, everyone. So, Parliamentary Secretary Dr. Rommel Springer, good morning and welcome. Senior Education Officer Mr. Fernando Carter, Chief Media Resource Officer, Acton, Mr. Berkeley Lowe, Directors from the Barbados Light Power Company, and in particular our Director of Shared Services, Natalie Abrams, sitting in for the Managing Director today, principals, teachers, students, media, friends, and all. Good morning and welcome to the Barbados Light Power Company. If you could see me sitting there, I could not help but smile. I am just so happy this morning. Don't tell them, but if ever asked, this is my favorite partnership for the company. The partnership with the Media Resource Department and the Ministry of Education. And I am so happy to see how it has blossomed and how it continues to blossom. In a conversation with a young boy recently about jobs and companies and careers, he asked me where I worked. And when I told him, he looked at me with this strange look, which I didn't interpret at first. And then he said, "No, I'm not interested in working there because I won't be doing the pole thing." Well, LOL. I did not understand what he meant, but then I understood the look and the pole thing. But I wanted him to know, and I want you to know this morning that, look at me, I don't do the pole thing either. And as important as that is to us, light and power is so much more than electricity and the generation of electricity. And I want to share a lot of the more with you this morning as we talk about this partnership. First of all, safety. I was so impressed when Mr. Hackett got up and reiterated that nothing starts at Light and Power without a safety moment, and it really doesn't. Our focus is so heavy on safety. Everything we do, every meeting, every morning, the guys coming into work and we stop for 7 minutes of safety. Every management meeting, we have a safety moment first. And when we talk about that, I'm just not talking about safety on poles and electricity wires, as Akeem pointed to, and boy, I owe you some kudos for that. Thank you for filling in for Nirvana. But we give a safety moment on anything because everything in our lives revolve around our safety. And I want to encourage you today to adapt that as well for your school. And make sure you start the morning with safety. There's always something to tell to keep your students focused on being safe. One safety moment that I received here at Light and Power, and I've never forgotten it, is don't put clear liquids in water bottles. Hey, doesn't that make sense? Because you could take the bottle up thinking it's anything else other than the water. And some unsuspecting person may just put it to their heads. What a safety moment. The point is, it could be anything, but it is going to keep you focused on safety. So that was the first other about Light and Power that I wanted to share. The other is relationships and partnerships. 5 years ago, we commenced this partnership with the Media Resource Department and the Ministry of Education, Technology, and Vocational Training, with the primary objective of reaching schools and the children of Barbados, and to build an understanding and an appreciation of the value of electricity. Over that period, I can confidently say that we have reached every school on the island through the distribution of posters with safety tips, letters to the principals, lectures for senior students on electricity topics, seminars for teachers, safety demonstrations, kite flying events, tours to the new solar plant facility, video presentations, and now the major activity in its 4th year, the Electricity and Renewable Energy Science Exposition. Light and Power has invested more than $200,000 with the Media Resource Department and the Ministry of Education to benefit the schools, the teachers, the children, the parents, and the future. And here's the news. There's so much more to come. We're now looking at ways to support the new MRD effort. That's the education radio station that will be programming for all schools. We will be sharing our own radio program, and then we will be providing valuable content for the schools as well. Delighted to be a part of that too. So here's more. We have partnered with our Light and Power employees now in the execution of all this. So we have engineers working with the schools to provide advice and direction on projects. We have linemen with trucks and equipment who go out to do the demonstrations. We have judges. We have presenters. We have speakers. We have tour guides. We have subject matter experts, persons from all levels of this organization being involved in this partnership, right up to the level of managing director. So we are more than delighted about this successful partnership with the Ministry of Education. Long may it continue. So let's talk about another commitment to investing in renewable and clean energy for the future. And when we say this to our government and to other major stakeholders, immediately they think of the major investments that we have made in our solar plant at Trent's in St. Lucie with over 44,496 solar panels, and with other solar plants to come, or our planned wind farm, and much more. Yes, but let me be quick to remind you that this investment through the Science Exposition is in the children, who will be the engineers, the plant attendees, the solar manufacturers and installers, the product innovators, the policymakers, and the legislators of the future. As I told the children at St. Mark's Primary some months ago when we launched this expo, I'll be retired and playing Scrabble at a retirement home. But the investment now is to get them ready for the roles and responsibilities that they would have in the years ahead. And talking about St. Mark's Primary School, let's see them. St. Mark's, are you here today? There you go. So my final point this morning is on excellence, another other for the Barbados Light and Power Company. The principal and the teachers of the St. Mark's School in February, when we launched there, they said that they were committed to being at the prize-giving ceremony. They intended to do their very best to win the prize. And here they are today. Congratulations to you. And that's what excellence is all about. Setting the goal and striving for it. Determination and continuous improvement. And that's what we support and encourage at Light and Power. And to all the other winning schools this morning, congratulations and well done. All the research, long hours, sacrifice of play at lunchtime, the extra weekend work paid off because you are here today. And allow me to give some words of advice and let you know that the formula for success, which we know very well at Light and Power, is your commitment. That's why here we speak about delivering on our commitment to customers and to stakeholders and to each other. That's why we speak about managing opportunities and risk. That's why we talk to our employees always about seeking continuous improvement. We talk also about shaping opportunities and being tenacious in our pursuit of creative solutions. That's us at Light and Power, and we are sharing it with you today. There's so much more that I can share with you, but you want to get to the exciting part, and that's receiving your awards. So I trust that I have showed you today that we are so much more than electricity generation at the Barbados Light Power Company. We empower our employees, and certainly we want to empower you. So one more time, welcome to the Barbados Light Power Company, and congratulations to all of you.
Mrs. Jackie Marshall Clark is the Manager of Communications and Government Relations at the Barbados Light Power. Once again, thanks very much for your comments. No, I suppose it's a bit of a cliche if I say the moment we've all been waiting for, but while it may be a cliche, it's also a reality. I'm sure our students and even our teachers who would have worked so hard are very keen to benefit from their hard work. So I'm going to call on Senator Dr. Rommel Springer to assist with the first set of prizes. Of course, Dr. Rommel Springer is the Parliamentary Secretary in the Ministry of Education, Technological and Vocational Training, and he will assist us as we award the prizes for the Science Exposition participants. You would have been told of the number of schools that participated, and the schools that are here today. We can start with the Christchurch Girls' School. Is there a representative from Christchurch Girls? Okay. St. Bartholomew Primary? Deacons Primary? St. Paul's Primary? Now, third place in the primary section of the Science Exposition goes to Eagles Primary. Second position, St. Mark's Primary. And the champion school in the primary section of the Science Exposition 2018, Blackman and Gollop Primary School. Well done to all the primary participants, and special congratulations to Eagles, St. Mark's, and of course the Blackman and Gollop Primary. We now move to the secondary schools, and in third place, Darrell Jordan Secondary. In second position, we have our neighbors in the St. Michael School. And the champion school in the secondary section of the Science Exposition 2018, Frederick Smith Secondary. Well done to all the participants, and a special congratulations to the schools that finished in the top three. Thank you very much, Senator Spring. We now call on Ms. Nika Archer, who is the engineering manager at the Barbados Light Power, to assist with the presentation of prizes for BMEX 2018. Now, BMEX 2018, some of the participants are here. We can start with Bay Primary. Cuthbert Moore. Eagles Academy. St. Bartholomew. Wills Primary. Frederick Smith Secondary. And the St. Leonard's Boys School. Okay. We now move to the top three schools in the primary section. And in third position, the All Saints Special Unit. In second position, Ellerton Primary. And the champion school for BMEX 2018, the champion primary school, that is the St. Silas Primary School. Congratulations to St. Silas. We now move to the secondary section, and in third position, the Lodge School. In second position, the Darrell Jordan Secondary School. And the champion secondary school for BMEX 2018, the St. Michael's School. Congratulations once again. Thanks very much, Ms. Archer, for assisting us. Now, there's also a special award that will be given this morning, and this special award will be given by a former permanent secretary in the Ministry of Education, Technological and Vocational Training, Ms. June Chandler. And I will be calling on Mr. Berkeley Lowe, our Chief Media Resource Officer, to assist with that presentation. And that special award goes to the Blackman and Gollop Primary School. Thank you very much, Mr. Lowe. We're working you quite hard today, but you're capable. Now, the final award will be given for the most innovative school display. And I'm going to call on Mrs. Natalie Abrams, the Director of Shared Services at the Barbados Light Power Company, to assist us with that presentation. And that award for the most innovative school display goes to the Frederick Smith Secondary School. Thank you very much for your assistance, and congratulations again to all participants and prize winners. So that brings us much closer to the end of our presentation this morning. All is left now is for me to call on Media Resource Officer Charmaine Seal to give the vote of thanks.
Good morning. Don't you just love prize givings? I do. Parliamentary Secretary in the Ministry of Education, Technological and Vocational Training, Senator Dr. Rommel Springer. Senior Education Officers, managers and representatives of the Barbados Light and Power Company, media resource colleagues, principals, teachers, students, members of the media, specially invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. Events such as these do not just happen overnight. They take planning, time, effort, and resources. Therefore, on the behalf of the entire Media Resource Department and the Barbados Light and Power Company Limited, I extend a heartfelt thank you to all persons who have in some way contributed to the success of the Electricity and Renewable Energy Science Exposition and BMEX 2018. Your vision and contribution made these two events a resounding success. A special thank you to the administrators of the schools and to you, the students, whose creative thought processes and application to tasks brought the many projects which were on display to fruition. I would also like to acknowledge and thank the members of the press who are present and who I am sure are eager to share this positive story of our youth. Mr. Master of Ceremonies, thank you for a job well done in guiding us seamlessly through this morning's proceedings. And to you, our invited guests, thank you for putting this event in your busy schedules so that you could be here with us this morning. Last but not least, a thanks to the caterers for preparing the refreshments that we will soon enjoy. Thank you.
Okay, so thanks again for your participation in BMEX and in the Science Exposition. Thanks for your presence here this morning.